This is Shadow of the Tomb Raider. We're here on PlayStation 5 Pro. Be sure to like the video. Subscribing is great as well. This was the conclusion to the Lara Croft Survivor trilogy, and a game I personally quite loved. It was a nice cap off to these three games and really showed Lara Croft coming into her own as she became a stronger and more confident woman out here in her battle against Trinity and other crazy forces everywhere out there. So this one actually did get a next-gen aware update a number of years back. So we're actually inheriting that and pushing it a little bit further than the base PlayStation 5 could. So that's actually quite exciting if you're looking for a better running, better looking experience for your Tomb Raider action out there, which is quite exciting. So they always want to give you a little bit of an action spot, and then they're going to throw us into a bit of a, I think it's like a Day of the Dead party kind of thing going on here. I actually got to take a look at this, like, literally when it was first kind of showcased. Oh yeah, and then there's us going through this tomb, that's a whole thing, and then we're doing Day of the Dead. Yeah, I actually got to take an early look at this way back in the day, before it was, like, revealed even. I was at the kind of launch party of it, as to say, or the reveal party of it, in Montreal with Eidos, so that was a lot of fun. That was really exciting. Yeah, great opportunity back then. So we've got two different graphical modes here. This is the resolution mode. So this is a 4K. It's like a dynamic, but it is checkerboarded. So it's not like a full 4K resolution at 60 FPS. And with the overhead here on the PlayStation 5 Pro, we should be getting a pretty locked 60 FPS at this point, and basically a full 4K checkerboarded. It is a big shame, though, compared to the Series X side of things, where they're actually getting towards like a native 4K, that, you know, this isn't quite as future-proofed on this side of things, as obviously if we had regular native rendering, we would be getting, you know, close to, if not getting that level of resolution performance out of the PS5 Pro, so that is definitely a bit of a disappointment. HDR, and there is a secondary mode, which we'll get to as soon as we get out of this tight, uncomfortable crevice. She's always putting herself in these dangerous, unsettling positions. I don't know how you stomach it, Lara. I don't know how you do it. So yeah, we'll show off that mode in a sec. But this mode, pretty good, clear-ish picture. Again, it is checkerboarded, so you get the effects of, like, you know, everything that comes to checkerboarding. A little bit of a shame that that is the case for so many of these games. But I mean, at the time, checkerboarding was a good solution to try to cheat for some higher resolutions on PlayStation, right? And it's better than having a much lower native rendering, I suppose. And it looks good. She looks great in this. You know, music's excellent, great story. Get to do some cool things, see some crazy stuff. Gets to kind of unleash upon the folks around her. It's kind of crazy because in this one you can definitely tell she's been working out, getting muscular, getting tough. She's just kind of powerful and tough in this one. It's fantastic. So yeah, so you could switch over and you would see like a high frame rate mode. So this is just, well, I guess if you're playing the whole PlayStation kind of run of the Tomb Raider kind of games, Survivor Trilogy, this being your 1080p 60 FPS mode would kind of be right on like right in line with the other two games that came before this in terms of like resolution plus frame rate, which is kind of comical, but like, yeah, I don't really see the point of this mode. I guess it's for someone being like, oh, it needs to be a locked 60 FPS, and I guess for the base PS5 this was like a locked 60 FPS, but yeah, personally I see absolutely no reason in going with this mode, but, you know, obviously we're here to showcase this stuff and talk about it. That's why we're doing these videos. So like it does exist if you want to make the game look worse. I guess on your Pro. Yep, that's totally up to you, I guess. Like, I mean, it's still like a really good looking game, but you know, I just don't know why you would downgrade your experience like that. As the difference in quality
Jonah, I made it.
can be quite immense. I think that there's also some other visual kind of things. So you could do your brightness gamma correction. I think there was like some constructing frame overlay to improve spectating experience sound. Modify camera shake. Oh yeah, there's some other little adjustment things you can do, but yeah, nothing else I guess visual. That's about as far as it goes. Anyways, it's a beautiful game. I think it looks absolutely fantastic. Even though it is checkerboarded here, still a good looking presentation. Smooth now, so if you've ever been waiting for like that proper smooth experience, especially when you get into those much more open world areas. So the first couple games, linear, it opened up a little bit more with Rise of the Tomb Raider, and then Shadow here you actually have a few basically like kind of larger open world type segments that you go to, but they're more about gathering collectibles, resources, interacting with characters, doing side quests, and then the DLC for this one was a bunch of like challenge tomb runs and you know, just extra content for this experience. Still didn't have the multiplayer returning from the first game. I doubt any more the further ones will though. Although it was fun for me, I get, you know, the people didn't really care that much about it, which is fine.
I saw where the passage collapsed on you back there.
It's like a nasty cut on the leg there. 1 sec here. We don't have yeah, that's what I was looking for. Where are the there we go.
Want me to take a look at that wound?
No, I'm fine.
The subtitles, that's what I was kind of missing. There we go.
What is all this?
Constellations. This inscription is some sort of
I love the
pink fish.
the ruins and stuff you visit. Some of the tombs in this place are downright nasty, and it's a great setting for a Tomb Raider game, actually, going right back into the deep jungles and stuff here.
But something's off. Looks like it was damaged, perhaps intentionally.
Oh.
Trinity sabotaged this. They usually just destroy everything.
And no, I think the damage is older. But who would have tampered with it?
Lara! We gotta get out of here. Lara!
She's always so, like, crazy. Your buddy there is always pulling her out of the crazy situations going on.
If you hadn't dragged me out, I'd still be in there taking pictures.
We'd still be in there. Don't know if you'd be doing much.
Jonah.
Hey, you wanna freshen up? Regroup at the cafe? Dr. Dominguez is supposed to be there tonight.
Sounds good. I'll try and decipher the riddle, see if the date has anything to do with it.
Right. Pink fish, Silver Crown Mountains, I'll look into it. By the way, this cafe is supposed to have really good food. I know the chef.
I'm not very hungry.
After all of that, I'm sorry.
That was kind of a fun opening. This is a very beautiful game. The ambience, the places you visit. But we're just gonna skip ahead just in case there's any musical problems.
I'll stay out of their way.
Although it is in the backdrop here still.
We took down.
They must know we were at the other site.
Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and just gonna temporarily bump down that music just in case.
So much for a night off.
Where did Dominguez go?
Actually, there's still music playing. Whatever, I'll just deal with it afterwards.
Can't be far. Must be in the courtyard somewhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was kind of the opening shot too that they used when we were doing our demo in Montreal, seeing the game early. It was on Xbox hardware because they had the marketing rights for it, and then like, yeah, it was kind of cool. Have this like showcase of this game.
Stomach rumble.
Guess you should have eaten.
I was too excited.
As usual. Where did he go?
Let's keep looking.
That's the problem. You gotta have, strength and food in order to do all the stuff that you need to do as a Tomb Raider. But Lara Croft is, she's always on the edge about things. But I love this area because there's like,
If I don't think about it.
lots of people moving around. There's a nice ambience to it. Feels like a kind of wild spot. There's also an idea more that you would interact with people in the environment too in this Tomb Raider. I am very curious to see what they do with the Tomb Raider that comes next after this.
Be sure I'm not following.
Uh-oh. I'll sneak around.
I think I can find another way over the wall.
I'll take care of these guys.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Hey, fellas, how you doing?
Good. You can't come through this way.
I heard there was some kind of crazy fiesta, like chicks and skull makeup. Y'all know anything about that?
It's not for tourists.
You know, Maria invited me. You know her? She's my cousin. My abuela, she was from here. Don't look like it. Rest her soul.
Get a climbing, Lara.
I wanted to make like an offering. What's that thing you do with the blankets? All right. You know what? I can see you guys are busy. I won't waste any more of your time. Y'all keep on trucking. Thanks for your service. Keeping us safe.
Yes, this game really is filled to the brim with things. An evolution of the
I'm in.
collectible system feeding into like you learning more about the language of certain cultures and then being able to unlock additional or read additional things within the world that do additional collectibles, which was cool. The trial runs were kind of neat. Pretty challenging for people. I still have folks on the trial run video guides I did commenting about how they're being helped by them, which I think is hilarious so many years on. Probably always will have people going back to those, trying to figure out how to do certain runs, because sometimes it just doesn't, like... Some of them don't make a lot of sense when you're moving through them, you're like, how? Yeah, but those are fun little things, score attacks and stuff like that. It was just an extra little
Not just the leader of the cell. I think
bonus
he's
trial and
the leader
comparison
of
thing
Trinity.
for this game, and mostly it's the main story, and then you're going off and doing, like, there actually is some pretty substantial extra narrative stuff you can do, and extra quests you can engage in, extra missions. They sort of reuse certain areas and that, but yeah, it's still kind of fun. And then upgrading your weapons and tools is basically the same as the two predecessors for this one, but it's just kind of a very clean 4K checkerboard at this point. That was the goal here. Smoothness, and then, the checkerboarding element kind of being maxed out. It would be cool if they did go back and maybe, kind of flick the switch on far as... Well, I don't know how much of that implementation that would be, because this is, again, next-gen aware. I don't know how much work that would be, but it's a shame we can't get a native resolution running in here, because I do think we'd have the potential to actually deliver on that with the Pro, right? But there must be some kind of holdup, because obviously, Xbox got that kind of thing, and then PlayStation, we didn't see that. I just love how detailed all the spots are in this environment. See, I miss this franchise. I wish we would be getting
Dominguez wants confirmation
more of this.
You have the photo. Female, Caucasian, early 20s.
She's in her early 20s? Thought she'd be older by this one.
Don't worry. Go.
The readings of the site are unlike anything we've ever seen.
It's also continued the late, interactions with, supernatural type things, too, which is funny. They're always kind of leaning into it, but never fully embracing it.
Jonah, they've entered the dig site. It's fenced off and there's a guard at the gate. I'll find another way in.
I found a good spot. I'll watch the perimeter.
He's always going places she shouldn't be. Causing problems. This one also really dives into, her as being, a good person or not, and all that stuff. Love her in her tactical attack outfit. There's lots of fun costumes in this one, too, as you get moving along in it. She's got the battle bow.
There's got to be more to these ruins. A Maya pyramid inside some sort of cave.
Uh-oh.
Take him into the ruins. We'll be far enough out of earshot. Come on. Just do it.
I love how much more tough she is in this. It's just such a neat evolution going from, you know, Tomb Raider to Rise of the Tomb Raider to this one, and just seeing that evolution as she becomes more confident and crazier.
I won't hurt you. You work for Trinity. What did they find?
Well, they've been searching for a temple entrance for many years. Today they found it.
Uh-oh.
I have to go warn my sister. She's on her way here now.
No, that helps me a lot.
Jonah, Trinity just tried to kill a local archaeologist.
They're such bad guys.
Have to find what they're looking for.
This is Commander Rourke. All teams, get ready for Operation Blackout.
I'm sure this will totally go well for everyone involved.
I know this figure. Ishal, the goddess of the full moon.
Look at the detail here with all the trees, the plants.
The new moon. There's an inscription. Shack shell. The key lies beyond her gaze. The key. This is it. The entrance must be down there. Got to make my way down.
Oh, you get much more complex roping in this game too, which I thought was cool.
Should work. All right.
This is Commander Rourke. I want the site secured ASAP. When Dr. Dominguez arrives, we all go in together.
It's like this is set up for us to arrive or something. It's all perfectly planned. Yeah, actually, you think he'd really know Lara Croft was coming because you just hear some woman yelling and grunting as she
All units, get ready.
moved along mountains in the backdrop.
Damn, I better hurry.
I gotta go lower.
I've got this.
Yeah, I can't believe it's been so many years since a Tomb Raider game, the more and more I think of it. Probably due for a new one soon. Oh, look at that scary face.
Opening up that cave.
What time to freaking like, design something like that? You know what I mean? Like, create a giant skull face like that? Could you imagine how much work that would be and how long that would take? Who's got time for that? Seriously, who's got that kind of time?
This is it. Jonah, I'm entering a cave. We may lose contact.
Copy that. I'll keep an eye on Trinity out here.
This cave looks like it's usually underwater.
What a beautiful game.
The carvings on this Maya monolith are far too deteriorated to read.
Like, people would definitely hear that, right? Or would you just think it was like the cave being all like, you know, breaking down and stuff?
Sure.
Yeah, look at this one, she can afford a flashlight. Oh, the way giant rats. Rat attack.
What is this place?